Joining us now, Alok Vats from the BJP, Charan Singh Sapra from the Congress, Priyanka Kakkar from the Aam Aadmi Party as we take this forward. Alok Vats, let me begin with you. The opposition is going to town in Gujarat saying that there's been no apology, there's been no sense of accountability of those in power. And as we hear more and more of these details emerge, there seem to have been glaring negligences, discrepancies in procedure. How are authorities going to answer to this? Why have we seen no action being taken either against government officials except for ticket collectors and security guards and of course the Oreva bosses? Where are they?
Well, Ankita, let me tell you one thing. As we understand from your show and otherwise also the information that we have gathered, it has been a very, so to say, negligence on the part of the government officials, on part of the operators and on part of the contractors. So it's a matter of probe and the big digging will come out. It is a holocaust, according to me. Mass murder.
It's already out, Alok Vats ji. It's very hard to deny any of these facts. It's all on record.
No. The real fault, once you probe into the matter, things will come out more clear.
Okay.
See, one thing is very clear, that the load that was sanctioned was only for 100 people, and these guys sold tickets and made 500 people go on the boat. That was more than its required load, and it sank. So that is one of the reasons also. But yes, the other reason.
But Alok Vats, once again, can you blame a ticket collector who was on the spot? If the private contractors were supposed to recover their costs from selling tickets, is it not fair to assume, Alok Vats, that there was pressure on mere employees to do precisely that, to get more and more people?
This is a matter to be probed, whether they were doing it under pressure or they had inspection from the bosses, or whether they were making money on the side. See, all these things need to be probed, and then only you can come to a final solution. But yes, as you pointed out, that Oreva was not qualified to get this contract. So how was he given that contract? And further, when he gave the contract to some other agency, some Deva or whatever name is, they were also, it seems that they were also not qualified. So how they got it, and without permission, how it was opened? All these things are a chain of reactions which need to be probed, and definitely the one who's culprit will be booked and taken to task. It is a mass murder. It is a holocaust done by these people in connivance with each other.
Mass murder, but at this point, the 9 people arrested include security guards, ticket collectors, 2 people from the company that was subcontracted by Oreva. Oreva didn't even do any of this themselves. So why did they then take on the contract in the first place? Lots of questions. Priyanka Kakkar, are we seeing the anatomy of a cover-up in Morbi?
Good evening to everyone, Ankita. Ankita, I liked the headline management by the BJP spokesperson by using terms such as mass murder and whatnot. But ये एक इकलौता केस है जिसमें चौकीदार चोर नहीं है. The security guard he had no authority to take any decisions on his own. One. Secondly, what has also happened today, I was seeing that affidavit has been filed by a government lawyer where ostensibly the name of the company is mentioned. However, it will remain just to manage the optics. That has no value. Where is the SIT report? On what basis was that affidavit submitted? They're doing optics management again so that they can sit on debates and say we are taking action and he should be punished and him should be punished. But such a clear case where there's a contract. Let's not go into technicalities. Let's not go into the question whether tender was allotted. There is a contract. The first party is a Janta Private Limited. The second party is Municipal Corporation of Morbi. These two are still at large. Until they are at large, we can continue having these discussions on trial issues. This is only management by the BJP. They are not at all interested in any investigation. And let me also point out one thing. Very surprisingly, I have noticed that Congress, Rahul Gandhi ji is also quiet and not demanding the resignation of the CM of Gujarat. He is not demanding that the arrest of the Oreva company MD be made. What is the link? It needs to be probed. If the Oreva MD has any links with the sitting cabinet minister of the BJP, how did they get the contract in the first place? All these will remain unanswered. These are all management of optics. You know, they're hoping that people will forget.
Charan Singh Sapra, come in on this. Mr. Vats,
Kakkar, you are forgetting that already the SIT has been formed long ago
Sir,
back.
yes.
Why don't you wait for the outcome?
Let me answer. Let me revert.
No, it's my turn.
Let me revert. Let me revert, sir.
okay, one at a time, please. Yes.
I can revert, sir. SIT, if you are serious about an SIT, the SIT that you have formed actually comprises of people whose name should be mentioned in the FIR. वहाँ का जो DM है, SDM है, वो बैठेगा SIT में, जबकि DM, SDM ने contract दिया. So उनकी निगरानी के अंदर contract हुआ. So this is just management of optics. You want a proper SIT.
This is wrong information. You are passing a wrong information. The contract was not given by the DM and SDM.
I think we come back to the point, Alok Vats.
You are passing a wrong information.
No. Please, let's not shout at each other. That is counterproductive.
Ankita, let me make a
I'm not
request to him.
shouting, Ankita. I'm only telling her that she is making a false statement. The contract was not given by the DM.
Let this SIT be under a sitting High Court judge, and then it will have some value, sir. Not
That may be your demand. That may be your demand. But you can't say that SIT has not been formed.
Sir, I'm not saying that.
That may be your demand.
I'm saying it's a hogwash of an SIT, sir.
Okay, Priyanka Kakkar makes the point that a special investigation team may have been formed, but the people on that, it is in their interest, she alleges that, the truth does not come out. Charan Singh Sapra?
Yeah.
All right, we seem to have lost his line. We'll come back to him in a moment. But Alok Vats, come in on this point. When we look at what the police has probed so far, are we seeing... Okay, Charan Singh Sapra is back. Are the big fish being allowed to walk away from this? Bottom line.
See, Ankita, since the BJP spokesperson has also agreed that this is a man-made disaster, it was a criminal negligence, and also it was an example of misgovernance. Now, if it is an example of misgovernance and, as he said, mass murder also, it is such a grave situation. I feel why the administration in Gujarat, the chief minister, has not suspended the municipal commissioner or the DM or the collector over there. Why no action has been taken against them? Because everybody knows that this contract was given fraudulently. There were no tenders invited while giving this contract. This contract was given to a company which had no experience about construction or the maintenance work. They further subletted it. They further gave a subcontract to a person who never knew about the job. So it is a total negligence, and no action has been taken since 72 hours. And since 72 hours, the BJP spokesperson are saying that SIT will give a report in 48 hours. We are expecting that report. What is the report of SIT? And why the big fish is out? Why they are absconding? Why they are untraceable? The country has Prime Minister and Home Minister from Gujarat, and they can't find out they can't find out the directors or the chairman or the MD of Oria from India itself. So this is a big thing which shows
it's a fair question.
BJP wants to safeguard the top bosses. They want to safeguard the big fish. That's why the whole
Alok
thing,
Vats, our colleagues have been visiting the Oreva farmhouse. Over there, people say the Oreva owners have not been seen since Sunday, since the incident happened. Where are they, and could they be absconding or missing without the connivance of the local authorities? Why have they not been found? Why has there not been any action against them? Why have they not been arrested? Why have they not even been named? Alok Vats? All right, we seem to be having some trouble with that audio, but Priyanka Kakkar, come in on this.
Ankita, could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, my question really is, at the end of the day, here we have a clock manufacturer which has nothing to do with bridge repair, who has been part of this contract process now for, well, since 2010. So the first question arises there. Why, without any expertise or specific domain expertise, was Oreva given this contract? Did the clock manufacturer use its local clout to get this? Why did it then in turn outsource it to a smaller agency? Who is going to join all of these dots, and at what point are we likely to see the Oreva owners even come forward, if at all?
Ankita, our Honorable CM Arvind Kejriwal ji raised this question 2 days ago and said that the relationship between the Oreva MD and the cabinet ministers of BJP must be probed. So that remains unanswered. Secondly, so much time has passed. You mentioned that he is nowhere to be he's not traceable, the Oreva MD anymore, and now they've brought in a third company. Perhaps this may be that they want to level all the charges against the third company and ensure that the Oreva company gets away with lesser or less serious charges. This is constantly happening for the past 75 years, that there is no accountability, and the only victims of corruption are always citizens. And in this case, it cannot be more blatant. It is for us all to see. Even the police has not reached the level of investigation that the media has, and yet, we see where the investigation stands. We see there is headline management. It is absolutely important, and I cannot say this enough, it is absolutely important that the first party and the second party to the contract have to be made parties to the investigation. They must be arrested, and I will repeat, Chaukidar Chor nahi hai is case mein. There is no point arresting the security guards. Stop this hogwash of an investigation. Let it be under a sitting high court judge. Let this SIT be under a sitting high court judge if you must.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you all for joining us.